Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. Today's look is very sort of like dark, but it doesn't have a heavy shadow, and I really like that. It's still piercing, but it is quite lightweight, and I think the dark lip just makes it look really vampy. So I hope you like the look, and let's get started. So I'm starting off by applying some Pore Filler by NYX. I recently got this at their event and I really like it, so I've just been trying out a few more of their products, and I'm just applying this around my nose where I get any sort of like enlarged pores. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Lumi Magique primer. I'm taking a small petite stippling brush, as this is like extremely precise, and I'm putting it basically everywhere else except for my nose area. For foundation, I'm taking the Hourglass Illusion Tinted Moisturiser. This is a very sort of a heavy tinted moisturiser, so it's definitely not a lightweight texture, but I love the coverage, I love the consistency, and applied with a beauty blender it is gorgeous. And this one is in the shade Nude. So this just gives your skin an amazing luminosity, a good amount of coverage, and it just looks flawless with a dark lip, so I really like it. Then I'm going back to an Old Faithful, and this is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It is in the shade Fear, as I am losing my colour, so this is one of the lightest shades, and I just like to apply this everywhere that I want to like bring a bit more light. I'll eventually blend it in with a damp beauty blender, centre my face, chin, you know, all those good places. For my brows, I'm taking the Anastasia Dipbrow, and this is in the shade Auburn. Loving this colour, I think it's amazing. It's funny how it looks quite different on everyone. So on me it comes up as sort of like an auburn, but it's quite a dark auburn. I wish it came up a little bit lighter. So to do that today, I'm sort of DIYing, and I'm taking my MUA Pro Brow palette. This is in the shade Dark. The darkest brown in this palette comes out quite warm red on me, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that top right corner on the same brush and just press this over the Anastasia Dipbrow just to lighten it a little bit. Been loving this powder. It's the NYX HD powder, and it is amazing. It is quite lightweight, quite light in colour as well, so I just take this through the centre of my face. I think it's beautiful. And then on the rest of my face, because I want a little bit of colour, I'm taking some of the Hourglass. This is the shade Dim Light, and I'm setting the rest of my makeup, and this powder is just amazing. I can't rave enough about it. For bronzer, I'm taking the Too Faced bronzer. This is the medium deep shade. It is in the shade Chocolate Soleil. It is gorgeous. It's a matte bronzer. I find you often don't have many matte. It's really easy to get like the luminous shades like Hourglass, but I really like this. It smells of chocolate. I mean, hands down, that's like enough said. But this just gives a gorgeous sort of bronzed effect to the face. It has amazing undertones, and it's just really complimentary, which I didn't think would work for my light skin. I thought I would have had to go lighter, but love it. Now I'm using some of the Kevyn Sculpting powder in the shade Medium. As I am quite pale at the moment, I do have to use a lighter hand, but I find the Nars Eater brush really helps with this. Gives a beautiful amount of definition, and it doesn't pick up too much product, so you can really work at chiseling your face, which is what we all like. Get them cheekbones going. And then I'm just lightly blending that in with my bronzer brush. For blush, I'm taking the Nars Baked Blush. This is in the shade Red Wine, or Red Vino, I think it is. I will make sure the name is correct down below. And I'm just applying this with a Zoeva Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. It is perfect. I'm also going to be taking the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Highlight 01 with a small fan brush. Dousing myself in this, giving myself a glow everywhere that I think I need it. So cheekbones, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, a little bit on my forehead, as well as my upper lip and a tiny bit on my chin. And I just love this. I won't say any more because I've already said so much about it in past videos. It is beautiful. To line my lips, I'm taking the Italia Deluxe Lip Pencil in the shade Brown Sugar. These are beautiful, super affordable, so if you can get your hands on them, I would highly recommend it. Another favourite shade of mine is the shade Brown. It is just beautiful for that kind of brown lip trend that is happening at the moment, and this was the first time I've used this lip pencil and it is stunning. So over the top of that, I'm taking some of the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick. This is in the shade Vintage. The longevity of these is beautiful. I do find it a lot sort of like longer lasting if you do use a lip liner, so that's my little recommendation. But for the price of these, the colour payoff is gorgeous. And I am doing my lips first just because they are the statement piece, and then I wanted to see how dark to go with my eyes afterwards. So now I'm taking some of the Nars Paint Pot. This is just the Nude shade with a Zoeva concealer buffer brush, and I'm just putting that all over to neutralise my lid. Then I'm taking one of the Kevyn single eyeshadows. This is in the shade Soft Clay. It is a gorgeous sort of like warm nude, so I'm setting down that paint pot and I'm just putting that all over the lid and blending it slightly into the crease. So you just really want to build this up slowly, really get that kind of eye definition down as like a base for the eye look. Then I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Nars Dual Intensity eyeshadow in the shade Subra. I'm just going to be using a Zoeva Petite Crease Brush for this, just to place it on the outer edge of my eye. I will softly blend it in just to give a really subtly smoked out effect. I think it's really nice, especially when you go in for quite a sort of strong powder eyeliner, which is what I'm doing today. So the whole look is quite soft because it's all using just like a light amount of eyeshadows, and when I do my liner with the powder, it's just a beautiful defined look, yet not super heavy. So this is the shade Obsidian, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's from Illamasqua, and I'm just slowly working that up with a MAC or a Zoeva ankle brush, whichever you prefer. And yeah, I think this is a really nice look. It's extremely beautiful for bridal or for ball when you don't want the eyeliner to look too strong, but you still want that definition on the eye. And it's really good for beginners because it's really easy to clean up or, you know, correct mistakes. I'm also going to be taking this along my lower lash line with a small synthetic pencil brush, quite a bit of that black eyeshadow just to give a really smoky effect. Then I'm going to be lining my waterline with the By Terry Terribly Kohl eyeliner pencil in the shade Black Print. I'm going to be pushing this all the way along the waterline, right up into the tear duct, and then I'm also going to be lining my tight line as well, so under my eyelashes, just to make sure all the gaps are filled in and it looks really smoky and very put together. For lashes, I'm taking my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I think this is gorgeous. I am also going to be taking some false lashes today because I'm back on my false lash bandwagon and I really enjoy them at the moment. So I will tell you which ones they are when I put them on. But I'm just doing quite a few generous coats because I still do like to do a fair bit of mascara even if I am wearing false lashes, just so they all stand where I want them, uniform. Love it. So now that I've done my eyes, I just wanted to add a touch more blush as well as a little bit more bronzer, just because sometimes you need to wait for your lips and your eyes to be done to work out that you need a bit more colour on your face, which was what happened here. So just adding a little bit there. These are the XO Beauty Gold Digger Lashes. They're my favourite at the moment. I really like them. They're quite easy to apply, and I've just been using the Duo glue, which I like a whole lot more than the Ardell glue, just as like a FYI if you're looking out for some eyelash glue. I'm going to be setting my face with the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. I really like this. I've been trying it out over the last few days, and yeah, I think it's good. So this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a little bit different because it's not heavy on eyeshadow, but I hope you like it, and I will see you next time. Bye! Today's look is very lilac, very girly, but still subtly like romantic, I guess, and I've done 2 lip products for you, so you can either choose the hair down with the nice purpley lilac lips, or you can do sort of like a nice braid and put on some sort of more pouty brown lips. It is completely your choice, but I hope you like both looks,